This is After Hours at Large, and I am your host, Dr. Adilaja. For the first season, join me alongside a few house officers in the 2023-2024 batch at the Federal Medical Center Owo and learn what it takes to navigate life as a doctor out of medical school in a place far away from home.
Welcome to After Hours at Large, and today I'm joined by a very wonderful doctor friend, and his name is Dr. Onoja. So, Dr. Onoja, you can start by, doing the medicine introduction, just introduce yourself.
You know the woo for me. Do like that.
Woo! You're welcome. So,
Thank you. All right. It's good to be here. So my name is Onoja Godwin.
where you finished from?
I finished from University of Lagos.
UNILAG, and these are like the rich boys of Lagos. Yeah, we'll continue.
No, they're the ones that stayed for over millions of years, 9 years in university. So,
That's sad.
but they're making money now, so it's getting better. That's
You are really making money.
It's not much, but something compared to staying in school.
Okay.
I'm from Benue.
Okay.
Yes, I'm Idoma by tribe. Benue is a lovely place to go. It's good back here in nature.
I've seen pictures. I really want to get there.
No, it's actually a very lovely place. It's calm, and if you get married from there, you get food is always constant, at least in the economy.
Yeah, I mean, there's still that part of trying to encourage my parents. Yeah. But let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
So, how many questions have you done?
And my final question,
How many weeks do you have left?
I have 3 weeks left.
Alright, that's good. So, let's start with this very important question. How did you confess into your work?
No, that's a very good question. It's money, my sister. It's because usually we had to start making money, but we had to move up with the career. So where I wanted to go, bigger boys had gone there. So from Lagos, everybody wants to go to LIMH, the one coordinated by the state board. You have to have big legs to get there. So when the slot was open, it's a good thing they now do now. And they open slot for us with the federal. This was the closest to Lagos. So I just felt that it's time to just move on with life. And
So,
then
you think 5 hours is really close to Lagos?
yes, that was the closest because actually we wanted to go. Most of us wanted to go to Azekita.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to be like an hour, 30
right,
minutes. Yes, but 5 hours was the closest. We can't go back to Benefit. They'll kidnap us on the road. They shut out the hour. They just like this. You're kidnapped.
Okay, yeah. Alright. And how was it like getting here? Like, because Lagos is drastically different from Owo. So, like, first time experience being in Owo, coming to the town and seeing what was the thing that was going through your mind?
Actually, I was there. I still didn't have much emotion, but it was more calm
Okay.
than Lagos. You could see that people don't look for trouble here. The only place that's active is where you are in, that's the hospital. But the environment is very calm. But when I came the first time, I went back because I just needed to get some air from Lagos again before I came back.
So you said I was double this month,
November.
So you came in first, then you went back in there.
Yes, then I came back to.
So how was the moving in, accommodation? What was it like?
It was great. When I first came, a wonderful brother accommodated me. His name is Dr. Philip. We're like children that separate. We didn't have house because we really do not know anybody here.
Okay.
It's easier when you know somebody, you can go and stay before you get to. So Dr. Philip accommodated me for several days. We're a good number, we're like 3.
Okay.
So we all stayed in the room for those periods, tried to settle in, and then when we now got a room, for like, yeah, for me it was a beautiful time, and I'm really grateful to it. When we now got a room, we now moved. So it took us like 4 days. The accommodation woman, we met the person that was in charge of the lodge, delegating the lodge. So in like 4 days, we got a place.
So you moved to Heritage?
Yes, I did. I moved to Heritage.
And I was living in Heritage like
Well, this is your phone.
How long did you stay there?
I stayed there for 3 months.
3 months. Then this is one of the lucky people. Some of us have been outside for 10 months. Anyways, moving on. You started with coaching. You started with this coaching.
Surgery.
Surgery.
Yeah.
And I was surgery like.
It was. I always have I always have an open mind. So surgery was a bit tough because at some point I was like the only one in general surgery.
Okay.
So it was like you're having medical school again where you don't get to relate with your family, friends because they're engaged. So
Yeah.
your social interaction is reduced to the extent you get. But it was actually fun because you get to learn
Okay.
and there's a lot of adrenaline because when somebody has an intentional obstruction or a gunshot, before you know, in 30 minutes you're moving theater, so and you have to get blood. So it was basically
So you mentioned you're the only African in general surgery at some point. Can you try to like explain what that means? Like what is the like appropriate number of house officers or the most you can get and how is that so different?
every unit have specialties that are more busy than another. General surgery is a unit that we all can tell is very, very busy, right?
Yes.
So at least minimum of 3 house officers should be around. You understand? At least maximum. Sometimes it gets to 5.
Okay.
But during that time, because of the we had some people that had left,
Yes.
and then we had some people that had finished their
Yes.
period of posting. So and also to it took a while for the person, the HOD rotating, to send
Yes,
house
somebody.
officers there. Yes. So at some point I was really angry with him because there was a time where the public holiday was coming and then he could have sent house officers on Sunday and he didn't do that to like Wednesday, making my stay there up to 10 days.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I was going to put that aside public holiday but
yeah,
we have like personal this we have not sorted that because of that
we were forgiving him now. I
I mean my next is going to be Okay. So after general surgery you went to this person.
went to pediatrics.
Pediatrics. After general surgery, like you're still in surgery now.
Yes.
Other part of surgery.
Okay. After general surgery, I finished with ortho.
You finish with auto. So okay, how is it like being in auto?
Ortho is more cool. You have a personal call room where you don't get to see other people, and then there was AC. So we don't keep our patients for long, and most times it's quite less stressful. So we're just less stressful.
So in general, what would you say of like the surgery program in essential? How do you feel like?
I think study program is let's give it 70% because one, you get some hands-on skills.
Okay.
You could assist your consultants at different times. You could assist in a biopsy. So it depends on your willingness and the other things too you could do. So let's give it 70%.
So after surgery, which small cases did you do?
I did pediatric surgery. My consultant was not around throughout, so I didn't really even do much. So he just came back from leave, so we didn't have a lot of admissions.
Okay.
So and then I did plastic surgery.
Okay. So after surgery, you went to pediatrics.
It's a different
Yeah, it was in pediatrics that you were.
Yes, that was the time.
So how was it like?
Oh, it was fine. It was fine. There were lovely people over there. You get to.
Dr. Onoja, there's like the people like PGs, and you're just doing
So this is that.
politics
This
like that.
pediatric space, they are big from inside there. You don't have to talk too much. They can find me in Lagos and associated, but it was strict. You had to bring in your ADA.
Okay.
So it was different for surgery because in surgery there's some places where you pass through and then you might not necessarily study or bring in your ADM and then you might float through and then not get caught.
Yeah.
But in pediatrics where you have to do reviews every morning, you have to study.
Yeah.
One. Then also two, you have to ensure that what's the word now? You have a good basically if you get bad character, they feel pick on you. But it's not common. But if you are always lax and forming you don't want to answer questions, you understand? You could receive a couple of questions on you.
Okay.
So basically. That was it. But it wasn't good for me because I was able to I communicated well with the registry. So it was fair.
Okay, so I met him in, like, I knew him from friendship, but I met him in pediatrics. And one thing that Dr. Onoja was very, very known for is saying his sense of representation. I really did learn a lot. Why was that your tagline?
Because I wanted it was just trying to make the person that presented
What did
know
you?
that I did learn a lot. No, actually I wouldn't like you if you notice any presentation that I don't learn a lot, I will not ask questions. So I didn't usually do it for everybody. So I was it's just that most people would actually bring their AD. It's different. Pediatrics, you have to question, no, you will repeat your presentation.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Also, as an outcome SHA in pediatrics, you're in charge of like the runnings of the department, all these selling things and everything. How was that like for you?
It was
How
pretty,
much did you say did you enter?
it was a lot though. At least I know on my end I paid like 3,000 naira. That's mild compared to you who even gave it to me, who passed the pattern to me, and some other people too. But it was easy for me because I delegated. And that's what I learned. 4 weeks into it, it was very tiring. I was losing it. I think I lost something like 5 kilos.
That's a lot.
Pediatrics. So I had to delegate. So I learned that give people this food, this. I was not even making the roster. So I delegated down to everything. I literally was just communicating with the
So
SR,
just like a cigarette everything.
more or less. But that was not. I remember I did everything for like 6 weeks or
Yeah.
less.
And you're always doing calls that nobody was doing.
Yeah. So you had to. But I was towards the last 4 weeks I was the future head. Most people. I had lots of friends that are willing to do this, to do that, and I learned that late. I would have done that from the beginning, so I would not be working.
Another thing about Onoja then was that if you ever had a complaint and he picked it up with him, I'm telling you, most sincerely, you're going to be in charge of that thing you complain about. You go and mention to Onoja that Onoja, I don't like this thing. You'll be like, no, undo it. You can't do it. And he's giving you the work to do. Just can't continue it. Like, why are you bringing this to my table and asking me to fix it when you can say no? So from pediatrics, you said you related well with the consultants and the other people in charge. What do you think the relationship was like comparing that to surgery?
I think pediatrics they are closer to you.
Okay.
Yes, you have a closer relationship with them. They're more friendly. You don't know whether you're fixing sometimes. So at some point, but the consultants in surgery, you just need to get the job done. They are working. There's no personal. I don't have any personal relationship with any consultants in surgery.
So after pediatrics, you went to
Obstetrics and gynecology.
how was it like there?
That was a new phase. I know everybody's going to talk about the HOD in this podcast, so I should pass. Let me talk about some rest. But the HOD always made the money funny.
Yeah.
But the registrars were accommodating and willing to teach.
Okay.
The SRs were also accommodating and willing to teach. But it was just that at some point they would feel you should know some things that were not taught. Like there was a time, there was one day, one SR annoyed me. So I just learned extra. So there was one dangerous scare one woman had, and he asked me, could I do it? And then I said yes. But this is my first attempt. And he refused because I said this is my first attempt, and he did it himself. And then during the same call, we had another delivery. They had episode. Then asked me, was I able to do it? Was I do it again? I said yes. And he now asked me for the second time. Like he was waiting to get a response on me doubting myself.
Yeah.
And I shouted at him. I said yes, I can do it. And that's how I picked up my stuff and was throwing my things. So it was annoying that you think it's scared by asking me, can I do it? But it more or less looks like you just want me to doubt myself and then you see again and pick up and then do it and make me less of myself. Not like you want to even teach me or anything.
I would like to take a guess as to which this SRE is. But I'm saying that you're committed to not naming names. So I would not make you name names. Then what's the previous topic you know?
I forgot to know.
But you did the project.
No, I'm still working on it.
You're still working on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have to do it.
That's it. But I'm doing it with somebody now.
Oh. So after ONG, you're now in medicine.
Yes.
How is medicine life?
Yeah, medicine is there. I really do not enjoy the place because there's no adrenaline here.
Really?
If you're a passive learner, you won't learn anything. Okay. So you have to be active. There's a ton of knowledge that you get within a short period of time, because you want to be optimal, but that does not give you here. We don't have the amount of consultants you're exposed to over at least an average of every house officer at an average of 5 to 6 consultants to expose, you understand? Because you are having to pass through 4 postings and then maybe 2 consultants on another place. Same to pediatrics, right? Because you pass through different places, you expose
And
consultants.
them they are always present.
Yes,
Always
and also to same with
one.
O&G, you see them, they will teach, they'll come around. But here, it's more like you don't get good exposure.
So it's not really like a very...
No, it's black. I don't know how to say it. It's not interesting. It's my worst. I love energy. I love to work. I love to learn. I love to know that I know. I don't love to set line, take samples, and just do the basic things. I love to know why we're including this medication and why this medication not being included.
But somebody will argue with you that if that is what you want to do, you could just ask.
So I do that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I do that. But there's a time where passive learning also helps, especially when you are fag or tired.
Yes.
You understand? So you get that via osmosis. That one is passive. Then there's not the active form of learning where you get to ask questions. So when you asking, sometimes it makes you look like it's an environment of only you desire to know. It's the way it makes you look. You understand? Imagine if your registrar is tired.
Yes.
Do you understand?
And it's like you're bored.
Yes, it's like the registrar has been stressed already. You understand? You are doing a word round at a particular time. If the consultant decides to flow, it's easier. But where you have to ask the question. So I ask early in the morning when everybody's still fresh. I do details of all this asking, but I can't actually.
So in the 4 postings, like you've done and you passed it, what do you, each one you say is like your favorite and why?
Favorite is on Physics and Gynecology, and it's because it was fun, pretty much. And amazingly, most of the gifts that I collected as a doctor have been from medicine.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So if you get this,
someone has given me 10,000 cash.
okay, now let me now ask.
Someone has given me, I've gotten a lot of, someone has given me almost the whole custard rubber, very big. I don't cook, so I give it out. There are other things I've gotten.
No, I want to ask because sometimes I do try my best to be a nice doctor. Why are you doing? I have not seen.
No, there are a lot of things that I do that most of my colleagues don't do. Okay. I see my patients under my unit usually every day. Okay. So I give. No, I don't mean during call hours.
I know, like outside calls and outside.
Outside call hours, I give them updates on what's happening, and I try to explain to them in layman where we are now. Okay. So the issue is that anybody you can explain to where we are now and how we are going. Like now, the person that had tetanus that we're managing for the first week, I made them understand that the spasms is going to increase. Okay. It's going to be really. The second week is going to be lessening. And then when you are telling them step by step, at this point, this key is for antibiotics. See, the WBCs are high. Okay. So you have to buy it for a period of time. Yes. So they would, when they see changes, even in the second week, and things getting better, you look like, this guy is saying that he has always been here. You tell the nurse to dress my wound, so he's always helping. So you see, they are willing to give. Someone has stroke now. You tell the person this is what it is. The therapy will be coming out. This is what we saw. We didn't see this. So the sugar is this. So you are telling them you need the amount of fluid. So today we'll see the person can move the leg, it's getting better. So when you try to express daily improvement and then see them, they are always happy. So
it's not just doing your work, it is being involved in the patient's care.
Yes, I'm involved, and I involve the relatives to it. Yeah. Okay. So they are not oblivious to what we are doing. They know all my patients. I'm not scared of telling you what is. Okay. I'm not scared of telling you that you are diabetic because of your sugar level is above 11 for this. Just random. I'm not scared to tell you that it's going to be well controlled when it's below this range, and this is why we want this. This fluid, you need about 6 of it in a day. Ensure it is enough. Your food regimen, ensure it. You're taking 12 IU now. If we don't get good access to good control, we will increase it. I'm not scared of making them know what I know.
But don't forget difficult patients. Like despite you explaining and telling them what you're doing, they are still very difficult.
Very rare. Very rare. Very rare. Patients are being especially on admission, very rare. I've had one like that had an altercation with me and later damaged. But he was difficult because he had spent a lot of money. And I was just trying to tell him that I get where and you feel that is my problem. But very rare. He shouted at me that day and I told him that if you only shout at my colleagues again, if not, I will report him to security. And then he damaged the next day. But I didn't have any issue with him shouting at me. I just told him to not shout at me.
What specialty do you think you most likely go into?
God.
Now, for someone that is seemingly very good in with patient doctor interactions and like why are you doing into radiology where there'll be like a reduced no I'm coming. There will not be a reduced amount of interaction with patients and two the adrenaline you speak of is not getting evidence.
I think let me tell you something. I'm being honest with you. I've seen a lot of people die
Yeah.
and I have family members that died.
Okay.
I just want to be happy when I'm 14 and above. That's the truth. I'm sacrificing all my energy because of food I've lost. So because of the scars that I have, I want to just have a good time with my family.
Okay. So
So I'm willing to sacrifice all the. I just want to be okay, for my family to be okay, and for me to also be in the field. That's just all.
Okay.
So normally, if I didn't go through some scars,
Yeah.
I would do obstetrics and gynecology. That's a field I would love to engage in, or emergency medicine.
Okay, but now you're giving up the fast life, you know. You're giving up living on the fast lane. Just
Yes.
yeah.
I want to be with my family.
Are you willing to stay in Nigeria?
It depends. We'll see how it goes. Just that you have to permutate. We'll do it both ways.
Okay.
And then see how the way goes. You never can tell where you're going to be. So we'll do it both ways as everybody does. Write the family to write an exam to aside.
Okay. So now, aside medicine and medical practice, what will you say about essential work, the environment itself, relations with colleagues and all that?
I think it's beautiful.
Okay.
It's beautiful. Like lately we had week and you could see people genuinely happy for each other and genuinely happy with each other.
Okay.
So the environment is also very calm. Gives an opportunity to be okay. The light has been beautiful. As compared to what we were told before, it has gotten significantly better.
Yes, yeah. We were living inside the hospital.
Yes, but even though living outside the hospital, so it has gotten significantly better, we didn't need to see light at all. And you could say that there's some days those in express would tell you that there was light for up to 4 days.
Most of last week there was no light.
There's no light yet, so the light has is from the
no when the hospital was having full consistent light, we're not having light at all.
No, that's not anything. Similar, I said at that time, last week Thursday, that was when this thing started. Even here too, the hospital's light has significantly reduced. So
and
colleagues are beautiful. Everybody's willing to help. There's no bad blood. There's no bad blood. I think everybody desires to help everybody in this case.
Okay. I like the word you use.
I think.
My
circle is quite small, so you can't use me to judge.
Yes. I mean, we are sounding also examples. As ethical, and how is that dynamic? I know you mentioned like you delegated a lot and everything, but as ethical and interacting with other colleagues, is there a way you could balance it? Have there been any altercations, anything that feels like you are doing your best, but people you are working with are really not understanding what is going on, or they are just, at this point, they're just strong. They don't want to understand what's going on, and you have to now do a lot more.
Let me be honest. This is that leadership is a gift and a skill. This is a gift and a skill. If you have it, you have it. If you don't have it, you learn it. When you're a leader and you have a good number of people involved in your leadership, it reduces the number of rebels you have. Okay. The wisdom of delegation is not only to help, but it's to reduce the number of rebels. The number of people that rebels might not be the word. But people, what's that word you call people that will challenge you every time? They want to challenge authority, opposition. Thank you. So because of you have delegated so much, you get to have little position. One. There are people that really want to challenge everything you do. Then also you need to understand people's personality. I did understand people's personality. Okay. So it was quite easy for me. Because it took me 3 weeks to learn that delegate. If I delegate, because maybe 1 or 2 people will just rebel against the roster and this and that, and then I decided not to answer them. Yeah, again, as I've mentioned, Onoja will tell you that this is the problem you're complaining about. At some point, I feel like if that will cut you outside, I will not care. But then we are pretty chill, so I'm like, just forget this one, just for today. So I think you have that working, and one thing I've noticed about him is that he first smile, and his belief is that if you have vexing with him and you see him smile, it will melt your heart. So that's another first response to everything. He will smile, and I'll be like, my dude, if you look at it, what can you do? It's good therapy. It's good therapy. Smiling is good therapy. It helps everybody. But the only audition I've had one audition during this period was the person that handed over to me. I didn't know I was going to be the person to lead in pediatrics. So he came to tell me on the Friday when he was leaving and to give me stuff, and I'm like, oh boy, go back and tell the SR that I'm not doing it. Come and tell me access. Because it didn't make sense. I think when I was going to leave, I didn't do so. There's only things I didn't do perfectly well.
Okay.
But I've learned from other institutions too. But you don't come and tell me on the Friday that I'm the one that is going to leave. Because there were so many other people. Phillips was there. Phillips that accommodated me, he was there. Why are you coming to them on a Friday? You get, early enough. You want to use my entire life, 8 weeks as a leader. You understand? I've not even enjoyed anything yet. You want to finish it. And I did lose it. So I told him, I think from him that I should get out. So we didn't talk for a while. It was my neighbor. I went to school later on the next 2 days. The SR says, Onoja, I heard you say I should come. Yeah, the SHO. You have nothing to say about it. Go and collect the material. And then it looks like he won. That's how I started. Anyways, we sorted out since later on because we worked together in medicine. Then we are cool. But there are a lot, the other things that I feel like I learned from other people. There are people that, if somebody asks if they would say things like, there are people that, like Igbe and me now, would always say, good luck everybody. To say things that I didn't used to say, move up, everybody will move. So he says things like, good luck everybody, have a wonderful week. We know we are stressed, but we keep pushing, encouraging words, just like a father. But
you're not anybody's father.
But that was not my style. It wasn't, but I think that was better. I would just tell you this is what has to be done, right? Because everybody is employed and is getting paid, right? I'm being stressed. I didn't believe I need to give motivational talk. Would I do that if I become a leader again? Not necessarily. It's not my. When you're being paid to work, I don't think you need extra motivation because we're all doing it. Maybe when shoes comes to when push, when you get here, sure, yes, where maybe we have one or two out of that down. You get, and it doesn't look equal, and then you can see that. I don't have an issue with somebody saying it's not bad. It's necessary for the team to keep pushing. You get, because it's difficult. But the stress on me really a lot. You get, now I'm looking for nuggets. If you meet me personally and tell me, like, I don't think there's anybody that met me personally and told me how to talk so much. I would not tell you to do that. And most of the time, I'm not the one posting these things on the chat. Yeah, I'm just waiting for when Bewaji will call me and tell me what to do. If somebody else is posting me, so if somebody says now post, I'll now post, go team. You look very weird. Okay. So, but I learned that. I think that's better. If you ask me, we're just being honest. That's a better form of leadership. But is that what I would do? I don't need to lie. I wouldn't do that.
What would you advise someone coming, a medical doctor is about to start out job and the person is most likely in a trouble? What advice would you give the person?
Come now. Come. It's a video, please. Come.
You're saying that like a threat. You're not saying that like you are actually meaning the person to come.
No, come. This is that. It's not the bed of roses. Even roses have thorns, so it's not going to it's not going to be easy. But come, FMC will give you an opportunity. I line up. It's affordable. It's a teaching hospital too, right? So as compared to Loot, I think I gained more than my mate. One, you are getting the same money, and I think I was able to save better here because Lagos is a wild thing. A plate of food that would satisfy you in Lagos, 2,500 minimum, and then you have to eat that 3 times. There are different things that will call your attention in Lagos. Before you know, you say this consultant you want to go and rest in one spa or Chicken Republic, or there's so many other beautiful places that maybe I can never remember off my head now. 2, it's hands-on. The registers are a bit limited here. So you get first one is saving, second one is learning. But they are big boys that you cannot compare here to. Places that are now paying people up 300,000 naira. Selling from state hospital. Those ones are big boys. They have increased their price tariffs. You can get there, you can go there. But don't feel people should kill themselves to go to teaching hospitals. The big boys like Lasso, CI, OET. Come to federal hospitals to get to save more and learn more.
So let's just do a little bit of getting to know you kind of thing. What's your favorite color?
Blue. I'm a Chelsea fan.
Oh yes, I'm a Chelsea fan too. So
that's nice.
Yeah, it's the best team, the winning team. I don't understand those that are red and look at it, they have just one that look what they're doing. They're like, but nice. Favorite food.
My favorite food. Spaghetti and chicken. Spaghetti and chicken.
I understand.
Yes,
they serve it together on the plate.
Yes, they usually used to do that. I learned that from school. We usually used to eat chips and chicken.
Yeah, chicken and chicken.
Yes, but because it was not satisfying, we not put spaghetti. Okay. I've always liked tea and bread. I'm a provision person. I've always liked junk. Okay. So if you'd ask me what's my go-to to what would I usually eat or what would I eat in every alternate day
Yeah.
to become bread.
It's bread.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, so have you tried now bread?
As I said now never really got the hang of me. Maybe just once in a while. It never caught me.
I was a big fan of Oya, but then I started eating now and I was like, okay, I'm going
Like since
to
it just felt milky and sweet.
Exactly.
But it's a feeling that you have to give. I really don't know. Now that's not captured me.
If it has not captured you, alright. I don't think there's any capturing they can do other than it. How much do you spend a day on this?
5,000 naira.
A day
Yes, a day like feeding because I don't cook.
at all. So you don't have to.
I don't have the pot, I don't have the gas cooker. I literally do not cook. I've not been cooking right from 400 level because of how tough it got medically. And my family is safer. So I believe that if I have to get all the ingredients down to the onions, the oil and everything, down to the yam, the rice, it's going to be the same cost and more time consuming as buying food. Because I have to refill the gas and then my family is very far. So to send those stuff sometimes it takes a long time. So I decided to stop cooking. And because of it's time consuming, I prefer to rest than to be cooking. So some days when we came here, a wrap of gari was 100 naira, right? Yes, no. It was 100 naira. The meat was 200. So you could eat 3 wraps of gari 300 and then meat 200. That's 500. But now, things have gotten more expensive. The wrap of gari is 200 naira. Good meat 500 now. So if you want to eat a good meal, the wrap of pounded yam now is 500. And this thing is way cheaper than Lagos. Because all of us that we are going back to Lagos now, we know how much of it. So an average on food, minimum 3,000 naira a day.
And you were still able to see.
Yes, I still.
That you met your saving goal for the year.
Not necessarily.
Exactly.
I say something.
You know, really. The plan for you is NYC, right?
Yes, NYC. NYC, my school takes. You have the plan is to go back get my certificate. It will take a while though. It doesn't just post like that.
Okay.
Sometimes it takes a while. Some other schools they are fast. My school might not be fast. But that's the plan.
Dr. Onoja, what's your life? Let me tell you a very fun story with Dr. Onoja so that you understand why I'm saying this. There was a particular hall or something, and it was a public holiday, and it was a Muslim holiday, and Dr. Onoja goes, oh, do you need time off of Muslim somebody? And I was like, okay, since you started that, I'm going to confuse you, Dr. Onoja. What's your life? What was your life? Is there a relationship somewhere? Instead of this, I can ask you how you can be able to manage medicine and relationship.
No, people like us have not really managed that well. I've not been in one relationship since
medical and it didn't work out.
It did though.
So what changed?
She wanted to get married.
And you are scared of big commitment.
Not necessarily. We're dating for like a year. Okay. The plan was that we're going to graduate in 2020. Not in 2024. So we wanted to get married in 2024, 2023.
Yeah.
So the plan was that we were going to be done. Maybe NYC. Because she was enough. So when the strike hit, it wasn't ASU. It wasn't COVID, it was ASU. Because COVID was 2020. Yes. So it was ASU, the block of the year.
Don't let your current partner stop you from finding the love.
Yeah, but there are lots of girls that I'm posting now and they are refusing.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. Is there any other thing I feel like I want to ask you?
No, I've answered all the questions. I've answered all the questions. I'm a good Christian answer.
Alright. So, who's your favorite consultant? I just feel like I should just ask you to wrap it up.
Oh, favorite consultant is... Who would that be now? For some reason, Dr. Okirike, because of his diligence and Dr. Okirike, I give it to Dr. Okirike.
Okay, so Dr. Nadia, thank you very
much.
Oh,
I enjoy Dr. Brimo. Hey, Dr. Brimo. Who might not really like him, but I did enjoy him.
So, thank you very much. I want to say maybe this is the shortest I've done. Thank you very much for spending time and talking with me. And thank you so much for the podcast. So, wish you success.
Thank you for having me.
Future endeavors. Please, when you're getting married, invite us to the wedding. Because I need to be there.
I'll definitely do.
I need to be there.
But just before I leave, what's the Muslim relation? How's it going?
Oh, we're broken up.
Okay.
But it's not something to say on camera. I will stop this. Alright, bye. On the next episode.
Okay.